with a clean face. So I'm going to start by washing my face with Philosophy Purity Made Simple, and I am going to exfoliate with MAC Volcanic Ash Exfoliator. Use whatever cleanser and exfoliator works for you. Exfoliating is actually not even necessary, but it may help you get a better grip by getting rid of any dead skin that's left sitting on your skin. For this step, I'm going to take my leave out because I didn't braid my hair for a closure wig. I braided it for my U-part wig. So I'm just going to slick my leave out down. I pulled it, I've already been wearing it, so it's just going to pull back. But you can save yourself some trouble and just braid your hair for a closure wig if that's what you plan on doing. Or if you're wearing a sew-in, you don't even have to worry about this part. But I do recommend using this at least along your hairline, even if you are wearing a sew-in with a closure, because this will protect your hair from the adhesive. So I'm using my Grow Protect knockoff, which is Robert's Diamond Bond Protective Shield in transparent. Got this at my local beauty supply and it was $5.99. Pop this bad boy open and I'm gonna apply a little directly to my hair. And I'm just gonna focus mainly on the front. A little bit up here just to help it lay down better, and I'm just gonna smooth that on my hair. And I'm gonna get it all the way up to the edge of my hairline. I wanna get all of my hair that might come in contact with the adhesive. And this product is really, really thick. You see how it lays your hair. So I'm gonna put a new wig cap on while this is still wet because I kind of want the wig cap to stick to it. My wig does already have fabric added underneath the closure, but it doesn't go all the way up to the hairline. So I'm gonna add my wig cap. And that's just to help stick the cap down so it'll stay, because these caps do have a tendency to slide back up your head. So that's all on there. Now I'm just gonna let it dry. Once it's all dry, I'll be back and we'll go ahead and start applying the closure. All right, so now it's time to put my wig on. If you have a sew-in, your closure should already be on. So with my wig, I have a comb in the back behind the closure, and I mainly use it when I'm not wearing a wig cap because I usually don't wear one because I usually don't glue it down. But I also use it when I am wearing a wig cap. So I'm gonna take my wig and I have my hand on the comb here, and I'm going to position the closure where I want it in front, which would be right about here. And I'm gonna pull this comb tight in the back and then push it into the wig cap. Kind of flip this back with the bobby pin. And that's just to hold the lace part of the closure out of the way. And I still have my guidelines for the sides here. And you see my closure is positioned a little bit off center because I always wear a side part. If I were wearing a middle part, I would have it positioned directly in the center. So what I'm going to be using now is I use an applicator stick, a wax applicator, and I'm using Ghost Bond adhesive, which I think is like ORWG. That's just how I feel about it. It's very, very similar. So I'm going to take a drip drop. Bow. And I dab it in 3 places. I'm not trying to put it on my hair, but my hair is protected. So if a little bit does get on, it's okay. But I'm going to be concentrating in front of my hairline. And 1, 2, 3 dabs, and then I spread it across. So I'm gonna let that layer dry until it turns clear, and then I'm gonna add another layer. And really quickly, while I'm letting this first layer dry, I need to clean my lace, right? Because the lace is not gonna stick to the adhesive if it's not clean. So I'm taking some acetone. You can use 99% alcohol as well, and I'm using a Q-tip. You can also use a microfiber cloth. So I have my Q-tip dipped in the acetone. So there, got my lace all clean, and once this is clear, the adhesive, then I'm gonna go ahead and add another layer. I'll be back in 7 minutes. So 7 minutes later, here we go. For this part, I'm just going to leave the bobby pin on, and I'm going to pull this forward just a little bit. And I am going to place the lace right at the edge of the adhesive, like that, all the way across, like so. Now I'm going to take a comb, a fine-tooth comb that is clean, and I'm going to slide it into the hair at the base, and then press the back of the comb against the edge of the lace. What I'm gonna do to correct my little mess up is I'm gonna take my applicator stick. I'm gonna use the other side this time. I'm gonna take just a tiny, tiny dab of the glue. Like when I say a tiny dab, I mean literally like a tiny dab. And lift up the area that I missed. And just kind of slide it up under there. And I'm gonna do that one more time. And you notice I'm kind of putting it on the edge of the applicators so that I can just slide it under there. I'm gonna let that dry and get a little tacky. And now I'm just gonna press this part down into the adhesive. And I'm gonna use my comb, slide it in and press. Like that. Okay, so I'm gonna get ready to tie my hair down. I'm going to put it in a ponytail first. And this is just so that I can get a better grip when tying the scarf around my head. And I'm using a semi-scarf, and it is satin. And the scarf needs to be clean. Fold it in half. And I'm showing I fold it in half again. Folding it, so I'm folding it in fours. I'm gonna place it right there on the edge. I usually will let it sit like this for like at least an hour. Sometimes I'll let it sit like this all night. It just kind of depends on what I'm doing. So yeah, that's it. And I'll leave you guys with some pictures of the app after I take the scarf down and the closure has set.